XRP holders, we've been talking a lot about, Clarity Act, over the past few months and how it could affect the price of XRP. But we're going to dig down what Clarity Act would actually mean for the crypto market. And because of that, what could that mean for XRP? But more specific, because I think a lot of people are like, oh, he keeps talking about this Clarity Act, but I don't really know what it means. Also, we got some news, and unemployment data, an update from Eleanor from the SEC, lots of things to look at today. Crypto market heating up a little bit. We'll talk about that as well. All I ask from you is that you give me a beautiful smile just to give out those good vibes. I forgot already. It was a long day. It was a long day. Smishity smash that like button because it's Freaky Friday. Let's try to get 1,000 likes on this video. I know you guys can do it. Please read the disclaimer. So currently XRP is sitting at $1.41, up 1.9% on the day. Over the past hour or so, we have seen a nice movement here for XRP. You can see up 1.9%. The rest of the crypto market is also heating up a little bit. Ethereum up 0.86%, but Solana breaking out here at 3.78. There are others, for example, Ondo that we talked about and their partnership with MasterCard and Ripple, if you remember, has gone just up significant 27% here today. And over the past few days, it's up 69%. So you see, there's always opportunities in the crypto market. There's always places to make money. We just have to find those places. And again, it's reading the news, listening to the videos, and knowing what's potentially going on. That's how we can get ourselves into these kinds of positions where we know what's happening. People are not watching my videos as they used to. They're not interested in the crypto market as they used to. So they'll miss out on those opportunities. When are they going to come back? They'll come back when we're at all-time highs. This is just how it is. Interesting, Bitcoin is kind of being suppressed today. It could be because of the option chain. We've talked about this before. And it seems that there's not a lot of action going on from Bitcoin. It could be, again, because it's Friday. Options are expiring, weekly options. So that could be the reason why, for better or for worse, right? As always, I just want to remind you that day-to-day price action, I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know what President Trump's going to do, what's he going to say, how the market's going to play out today. So as always, not financial advice, always do your own due diligence before you decide to invest. Also, remember that I will never contact you on social media asking you to sign up to anything or to send me any money. Those are scammers, those are imposters. Please be very careful out there. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls? Now let's get to the job reports. It was a good job report. Unemployment came in at 4.3 as expected. You can see the US economy added 115,000 jobs in April, much higher than expectation of 65,000. Strong job reports, bullish for the markets. And of course, you saw cryptos up and the stock market is continuing to just go bananas today. S&P 500 up another almost percent. NASDAQ up another 2%. The chip stocks, the memory stocks, again, going bananas today. Intel up 14%, but that came out of news that they are partnering with Apple for a huge partnership, about $50 billion partnership. So that made the spike. But SanDisk and Micron up also 13% after yesterday, pulling back a little bit. AMD also up another 9% today. So all these AI plays that were kind of behind a little bit continue to make the markets up. But interestingly, the VIX, right, the fear index is actually in the green today. So people are buying more puts, potentially for the uncertainty of what could happen in the next coming weeks and days in the situation in the Middle East. We got this statement here from Iran's foreign minister saying every time a diplomatic solution is on the table, the U.S. opts for a reckless military adventure. It is a crude pressure tactic or a result of a spoiler once again duping POTUS into another quagmire. Whatever the cause, the outcome is the same. Iranians never bow to the pressure of diplomacy. In is always the victim. So he says also the CIA is wrong. Our missile inventory and launch capability are not 75% compared to February 28th. The correct figure is 120%. As for our readiness to defend our people, 1000%. So, when you have statements like that, it can freak out the market a little bit, and so that's why we are seeing the VIX come up a little bit today in the green. So it's a kind of interesting scenario, right? But listen, the Treasury is continuing to buy. Right, just bought 4 trillion of its own debt to improve liquidity. A total of 4 billion, not trillion. A total of 6 billion this week. Maybe one day trillion, but right now they're adding billions. And this will be very interesting to see how this again plays out. We have been waiting for quantitative easing, and potentially this could come in the next coming months if we get a new Fed chairman that's coming in, and he historically has said that he's not a fan, but could happen. So we'll see what happens in the next coming months regarding that. Now, Eleanor tells us here in remarks given today at an event, SEC Chair Senator SEC Paul Atkins laid out a handful of areas where the agency is considering modernizing security rules for on-chain markets, including potential rulemakings around what qualifies as an exchange, broker-dealer, and clearing agency in crypto. Atkins said the SEC government is considering a framework for on-chain trading systems through notice and comment rulemaking included around how the definition of exchange applies to crypto markets. He also said the agency is reviewing how broker-dealer rules apply on-chain activity and software interface, potentially through exemptive ruling. So this could be very interesting for the market going forward. Listen, there's lots of opportunities now, and the stock market is going crazy bananas like we talked about before. $10 trillion added in the past 10 days. Now, people are waiting and hoping that this means that the crypto market could follow suit with the potential of the Clarity Act passing in hopefully, right, knock on wood, in a short period of time. And now this is interesting, the key provisions from the Clarity Act, right? So let's take a listen. So we got here, maybe I'll go to the other side here, better, right? So we got here this situation right now. We got here federal market structure framework creates comprehensive legal regime for digital assets across insurance, trading, and custody. Why it matters, replaces regulatory uncertainty with clear, predictable rules, enables institutional participation. Asset classification system defines categories, digital commodities, securities, stablecoins, and introduces investment contract asset concept. Clarifies legal status of tokens, reduces litigation risk and ambiguity. It's a hard word to say. This is, for XRP, this is the highlight, of course. But again, there's it. You could say, well, didn't the court case solidify this, or didn't the SEC coming out and saying that all these things are not a security solidify this? Yes, but again, the rulemaking, the fact that it would be very, very hard to change it later is a significant thing, and we can't take that lightly. And many companies are still looking at this and saying, once I get it into law and I know that it's going to be very hard to cancel it, then I'll invest. You can see how hard it is to pass it. Think how hard it will be to cancel it. SEC versus CFTC jurisdiction split. SEC oversees security, fundraising. CFTC regulates spot markets for digital commodities. Resolves regulated conflict, gives crypto spot markets a primary regulator. This is also important, right? Exchange and intermediary regulation establishes registration framework for exchanges, brokers, custodians under CFTC, brings crypto platforms in line with traditional financial market standards. So again, the money that would potentially want to come in is looking at things like this. Again, the more clear the things are, the higher probability that they will come and invest in that asset, right? And last but not least, decentralized Blaze classification establishes criteria for determining when a network is sufficiently decentralized for commodity treatment, provides a pathway for assets to evolve over time, reduces long-term regulatory uncertainty. Now, all we got to do is pass it. Currently, 67% chance at passing, and we'll see. As the days go by, people in Washington are getting more confident every single day, but we know that things can flip, things can change. And so we have to take that into consideration again when we are investing, when we are getting ready, when we are looking at the markets. Freaky Friday, we know sometimes the market can break out a little bit. Right now, XRP is breaking out towards the end of the day. And the question is, what is this? Is this a fake out? And tomorrow we're going to pull back going into the weekend? Or could potentially this be a nice movement? We'll have to see, going forward. And this was interesting again for Ripple and for XRP holders. Ripple ranks top 10 in Unicorn Index. Ripple ranks sixth in Prime Unicorn Index with valuation above 26 billion, making it the only crypto company in the top tier of private firms. The index tracks US private companies above 1 billion, including SpaceX, OpenAI, and Anthropic. So again, Ripple is getting you could say the people are looking at it and seeing that this is a company that could potentially have a big valuation, of course, including their XRP position. So again, you could say this is a good thing for XRP, a good thing for the XRP community that Ripple is held in such a high regard. As always, don't forget to smash the like button. Check out the links in the description down below. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you next time. And like I always say, let's make a lot of money.